All right, that was really, really, really great start. So let's see if it goes any better from here. Our second action takes us to India and to Mumbai's red light district of Kamatipura. Now here there's a small yet very, very mighty organization that provides education to girls who are either survivors of trafficking or are the daughters of sex workers. Many of them have learning disabilities and mental health issues. At Kranti, they find a home where they can be safe. Here they learn the necessary skills to go back into mainstream education, and most importantly here at Kranti, they find the power to break away from a cycle of poverty, of abuse, and of prejudice. With very little resources and tons of goodwill, Robin Chaurasiya leads Kranti on a daily basis. Please, we are delighted to have Robin with us. Welcome, Robin Chaurasiya.
Good afternoon, everyone. To begin, I'd like to ask all of you to close your eyes for a minute. I'd like you to imagine that you're a 13-year-old girl growing up in a rural village in India. Your mother is chronically ill, and your father is a farmer who is 3,000 pounds in debt and often talks about committing suicide. You don't go to school because it's your job to take care of your 4 younger siblings. And at 13, when the first marriage proposal comes along, your family agrees because they say you're one less mouth to feed. By 15, you have 2 children. But your husband is an alcoholic, so you begin doing domestic work for 10 pounds a month. Your husband's friend offers you a job in the city, saying that you'll be able to earn 50 pounds a month and that you can take your children with you. You happily agree. But when you reach the city, he sells you to a brothel. At age 17, it's your job to sleep with 5 to 10 men a day while your children sleep under the bed below you. Please open your eyes. Yes, of course, this is a true story. Those children growing up, especially the girls growing up below the beds in the brothels, where do you think that they are now? Sheetal's mother started doing sex work and worked as a bar dancer from the age of 12, and she was 14 when Sheetal was born. 12 years later, when there was no food in the house, Sheetal went to work. For 1 year, she faced endless domestic violence, abuse, and even rape. But at 17, she came to Kranti. At 18, she went back to school. At 19, she started drumming. And at 20, she received a scholarship to study music in Washington. Today, at 23, Sheetal teaches drumming and leadership to 300+ kids, girls, teenage girls in Mumbai's low-income areas, and she takes care of her own mother. Shweta grew up in the red light area, being asked her rate every single day. But at 17, she came to Kranti. At 18, she became the first girl from a red light area to study abroad. At 19, she won an award from the UN. At 20, she became a presidential scholar on semester at sea and sailed to 15 different countries. Today, at 23, she's pursuing her master's in Italy. The Sheikh sisters were all started working between the ages of 5 to 12. And they faced endless discrimination, violence, abuse, and were all gang raped together. In 2014, they were living on the street. But thank goodness they found Kranti. Today, Farah, who's 23, is in her 3rd year of university in Los Angeles. Danish, 20, is in her 2nd year in Chicago. And Amreen, who's 16, with that beautiful smile there, is deaf and mute. And she'd never seen the inside of a classroom until she came to Kranti. Today, she studies on a full scholarship at the Model School of the Deaf in Washington. What is the common thread that binds all these amazing young women? It's Kranti School. Kranti School has 20 students, ages 13 to 23, who speak 12 different languages, and as Antonio said, they all struggle with literacy, with learning disabilities, and with mental health issues. But Kranti embraces this diversity. Every day we start our school day with yoga, meditation, and writing gratitude letters, because we have a lot to be grateful for. The girls all, sorry, excuse me. So every day after that, we have Music Mondays, TED Talk Tuesdays, Worldly Wednesdays, Thinking Thursdays, and Field Trip Fridays. We also have big priorities of theater, therapy, and travel. The Kranti girls have written and performed their own play in front of 1 million people around the world, including Google and Facebook headquarters in San Francisco. With survivors of trafficking in London, in juvenile jails in New York, and last year, they had 15 performances at the Edinburgh Fringe Festival in the UK. Together, they have been trekking in Bhutan. They have taught teenage nuns in Nepal. And they have lived with orphans of the Kashmiri conflict. You can probably imagine how earth-shattering these experiences are for girls who had never left the red light area until ages 16 or 17. People are always in awe when they meet the Kranti girls. Not just because of their knowledge and experience, but also because of their wisdom, and most of all, their compassion. People always ask me, what makes these girls so special? And how can we copy this program around the world? Today, I'm here to ask you guys for your help in making that possible. So what do we need? First and foremost, we need a permanent space in Mumbai. In the past 8 years, we've been evicted from 5 homes, because every single time the landlord finds out where the girls are from, we get kicked out. Every year, the girls change schools, classes, friends, and we live in constant fear of losing our home. Having a permanent space in Mumbai would not just provide safety and security to all of the Kranti girls, but also would enable us to become a hub for alternative education, hosting visits and trainings for teachers from around the globe. Second, all the things that we learn, we want to share those with people around the world who need it the most. We want to put the Kranti school curriculum onto an online platform that people working in red light areas anywhere around the world can download and use and tailor to their context. We already have several organizations who are interested around the world in implementing such a curriculum, including A21 in Bangkok, Rhythm of Life in Kampala, and GEMS in New York. In order to do this, we obviously need help creating an online platform, which would include a year of curriculum, resources for formal education, for training, and a space for teachers to be able to share, grow, learn from each other. And third, lastly, and most importantly, we need secure funding of £100,000 a year for the next 5 years. This will enable me to do what I do best, which is teaching, parenting, and curriculum design, rather than worrying about rent, food, and healthcare all the time. No, this work is not easy. There are plenty of days where I spend my entire day negotiating with traffickers, being beaten by the police, and even sleeping in jails. But I know that I have the best job on earth, and there's nowhere else that I would rather be. Because every day, the Kranti girls teach me, they inspire me, and they show me that no matter how much pain and abuse they've been through in the past, the present is full of love and laughter, and that there is nothing in the future except hopes and dreams. So I would like to ask you, I would like to beg of you, please help us create a sustainable organization, Kranti School, and enable us to bring this curriculum around the world and to create thousands of Sheetals, Shwetas, Danishes, and Faras all around the globe. Thank you. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. And can I just say, if I ever have kids, they're going to school at Kranti.
Please, you're more than welcome.
It's going to be a long commute. So, earlier this year, the reason why they're going to Kranti is because I had the privilege of being there earlier this year with Monique, and I was really impressed by two things. One is the energy that you have at Kranti, and the second is the space. It's a very, very tiny space that you operate in, and you manage to get all this tremendous work done. You were telling me, we were chatting backstage, that you due to be evicted on the 1st of January, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, so the roof over your head is really a big emergency here.
Oh.
Let's go back through the request that you have. So a safe and more permanent roof over your head, 100K to cover all your operational costs, support for your curriculum to go online, both technical and legal when it comes to IP, and NGO partners willing to take the Kranti curriculum globally. So before we open up to the room, I have a surprise for the audience because you mentioned Shweta in your speech, and Shweta is actually here from Italy. So let's bring the mic to Shweta, and she can actually tell first-hand experience of how it is being at Kranti.
Hello, my name is Shweta Khatri. I'm one of the Krantikaris. Very grateful and privileged to be between you in the middle of this conference. But yeah, I'm one of the Krantikaris. Kranti is my home, and it's not just a nonprofit, it's literally my home. We've been talking about alternatives to orphanages, family-based approaches, and it's the perfect one. And I say it from the bottom of my heart because it's changed my life, and please don't take it for granted that I'm standing here in front of you and being able to speak and share my story, because it takes a lot. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a lot to raise a Krantikari, and that's what Kranti has done. And yeah, so Ellie, please come talk to us after this. And thank you so much. And I love you, Robin.
Thank you, Shweta. All right, let's see if we can get you some pro bono support. There's plenty of lawyers in this room, some pro bono support with the IP. Let's go to Catherine. Where is Catherine? No? All right, let's see if we can get you then some support for the development of the curriculum for your platform. We should be going to Sarah? No. Okay, that's the IP support. Okay, let's go to Catherine.
Hi, I'm Lauren Aste. I just want to say, Robin and Shweta, thank you for sharing today. This has been incredible and inspiring, and I'm General Counsel for Carlson Wagenly Travel. I also lead our anti-human trafficking task force, and we're present in 150 countries. We do business travel and meetings and events. We are affiliated with Trust Law, and I would be honored to be able to have our legal team and compliance team work with you on supporting the global online platform that you're looking to develop. So, if you'll have us.
Awesome, thank you. So that's the legal counselor for Carlson over there. Let's see if we can get you some support for the platform itself. Let's go to Sarah over there.
Forgive me, I'm on the verge of losing my voice almost entirely, so I'll keep this very short and sweet, Robin. But I'm here from the Open University. We are the largest educator in Europe. Not many people know that, but we were established nearly 50 years ago now to make education open for all. Over that time, we have created learning platforms to propagate that mission, including FutureLearn, OpenLearn, which is the home to more than 1,000 free courses already, and part of our core curriculum that's disseminated into the general public. And then we have a ready-to-adapt platform called OpenLearn Create. We also have our BBC Learning Partnership, which has created more than 30 co-productions, including the broadcast that has been on very recently for the Why Slavery Movement in partnership with the Why Foundation. And so with all of this expertise, we would like to commit our experience to helping Kranti to develop their platform and the learning content requirements that you have.
Thank you. That's brilliant. That's a great brand over there. The Open University. any organization willing to provide financial support or fundraising support of some sort. Let's go to Julia over there.
Hi. Firstly, a massive thank you for your presentation today. It's been absolutely inspiring to hear from both of you, so thank you for all of the work that you're doing. My name's Ellie. I work for a charity called Global Giving, and what we try to do is really to focus on community-led change through supporting non-profits. So we have an online crowdfunding platform where non-profits can really showcase their projects, and it's a great way for us to enable them to secure funding from donors as well. So I'm afraid I can't offer finances directly, but we would love to work with you in developing an online crowdfunding campaign and allowing donors to generate their support to your project. We also have a dedicated team who really work with our non-profits to build their capacity in terms of developing fundraising plans. So we'd love to work with you, offer some consultation on how we can support you to sort of use digital tools to raise more funds as well. So thank you for allowing us to support you.
All right. One more. We literally have 30 seconds left, so let's go to Catherine.
Yes, I'll be very quick. Atlanti Marquette from Giving Women. I am so inspired by you, Robin. I had an opportunity to talk to you earlier. What inspired me the most is it's not about you, it's about the girls. And it's about giving girls the agency to make change for themselves. And that is so inspiring, and it is so in line with the work that we do at Giving Women. I would like to help you to connect with as many NGOs as possible to plug in that curriculum to ensure that as many girls get that opportunity to get that agency and live good and happy lives like the stories that we've heard today. So I will, and hopefully I hope to be able to find you some money as well. So
that's brilliant. Thank you. Thank you, Giving Women. All right, so if you want to contribute, there's a delegate portal. One more.
I run an NGO as well, so I can't give you finance, but I work with Prerna, which works with sex workers and their children. They have a school little outside Mumbai, so I can connect you to them, because maybe you can partake and you can do things together with them. Yeah?
Thank you. So we want to get you 2 million too. So please use the delegate portal as much as you like to connect Kranti and Robin to funders that can support the school and can get a permanent roof over your head. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.